So once again, congratulations to the 86 State Championship Edmonds High Boys Cross Country team. Now we're going to go on to 1987. So some of you guys that are, you know what, you're gonna have to start coming back. You're going to put in some mileage here. The 1987 Edmonds High School Boys Cross Country team, also state champs. Starting out the season with a strike. It was a 30-day teacher strike. It started August 26th and lasted until September 25th. You can do the math. It's an 11-week season and there is 4 weeks burned, okay? So starting out the season with a strike, and it was unique in that the coaches didn't cross the picket line to coach. It made this team work incredibly hard for its success. Captain David LeWarren planned practices, and the boys and girls teams kept running, even though they didn't have a coach. The 87 team was Wesco champs, Northwest District champs, and 2A state champs. 87 team, come on up. You guys could have just stayed. Top finishers at the 87 state meet. Frank Fox finished 8th. Jason Hansen was 13th. Josh Hansen was 18th. Other members of that team: David LeWarren, Darrell Lewis, Glenn Sprague, Chris Thompson, Joel Hamilton, and Danny Richmond. Coached by Tom Campbell and assisted by Al Bonney and Carl Baum. Speaking on behalf of the team is Captain David LeWarren.
First, I want to go ahead and thank the committee and thank Angie for putting on such a great event. First, we are kind of starstruck right now because in this room collectively is about how many people we have ever had at a cross-country meet throughout 4 years. So we're not sure how to handle this. I'd also like to recognize the servers tonight at this event. The Edmonds Woodway High School cross-country team there in the back. Does a great job of carrying the torch, and I also want to thank those that made the trip all the way out, from all the way out in Snohomish as well. Going back to that, the big strike here. It was something that had been sent down, that this is the protocol, and this is how you take care of yourself, this is how you take care of your teammates, and David Garrick, Eric Arpey, Dana Arman, Bill Hall, all set a precedent in how we handle cross-country at Edmonds High School. I would remember one day where it was myself and a couple of the more talented people, which was pretty much everybody that's up here on the stage, and we started out towards Perrinville, and we didn't have a coach because he wouldn't cross the picket lines because he had integrity and was going to do, he's always said, I'm a teacher first and a coach second. And we got angrier and angrier with each other, and by the time I finally walked home and Frank and Josh and Jason left me in the dust, I realized, you know what, we're going to turn this into something epic, and that's the way it kind of turned out. It was way much more to us than winning a state title. It was a culture that was built by Tom. It was about hard work. It was about treating all runners the same, regardless if they are number 1 or number 35 on the team. It was not about being the 12th man, but it was about being in the game. It was about modesty, walking around the halls and staying humble, even though half the student body didn't know cross-country existed. It was about selflessness. If you were a bigger deal than the team, then you needed to find a new team, because the team was where it was at. He kept us humble, he kept us grounded, and he kept us on the path. It was about great times and the opportunities Tom made for us. And luckily, there is a statute of limitations, so Tom, I think you're almost in the clear. From cabin trips to traveling to a meet to morning runs to running in front of 177 screaming fans at each meet, as all the announcements claimed. It was all about speaking softly but carrying a big stick. And actually we believe that was his quote, but I think it was some other guy's. It was about not knowing social media existed because it didn't and we didn't care. We cared about each other, we respected our competitors, we respected our community, and we were thankful for all the support that we received from all the other coaches, many of whom are in the Hall of Fame today. It's humbling standing up here in front of this group. He always impressed on us that it wasn't about what we did when we were being watched, but it was what we did when we weren't being watched. And I imagine that some of those characteristics which you've ingrained in our children and he impressed upon us as well, we will carry on throughout the rest of life. In many places, 12 state titles would earn you a statue, a street named after him, or at least an assembly. But one time he was offered an assembly, and he says, that's not what we do. He was all about the process and not necessarily about the product. We happened to win some state championships, but we worked our tails off, and that's the part that I think we remember the most and created a bond. It was simple, it's tough to quantify, and I just am thankful for the opportunity to have competed with these people and have run for Tom Campbell. Thank you.